don't.
Oh, yeah, the circle one?
Yeah. That's the kitchen TV.
Do we bring Coach Pollock on?
Yeah, let's get Coach Pollock on here.
He's here.
All right, Scotty will be back in just a minute.
He is here.
Coach Pollock.
Maybe the next bus we get will have a capability for 5 on the pregame show.
We just need a board.
No, we need a lot of things.
Oh, true.
Coach Mike P.
I mean,
My dog, my roommate.
That's right.
Space.
Yes.
Hey, I see y'all stocked up on our sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know it.
Those are there for you whenever you want them.
All right,
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe you hop on with us tomorrow after the game. Ride home with us.
Absolutely, man. I'll
We'll
tell
tip
you
him
what.
back the whole way home.
Listen, I thought it was, we came to, last year we went to TCU and played, and when we were leaving the game after the game, we, like, all the TCU fans and Buff fans were giving us Coors banquets and Coors Lights and all kind of stuff before we got on the bus. I was like, man, this is what big time college football is all about.
There you go.
And we haven't had that since then, so I need us to get that tradition back up.
Well, you just came from Arrowhead, which is a place that some people think is cool.
I'm more of an AT&T Stadium guy
There
myself.
we go.
But we won't talk about that,
that's
baby.
what we're trying to go.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something right now. You know how many times, when you call Jerry Jones, you know how many times it has a ring before he answers? 5. 1 for each Super Bowl ring, baby. Let's go. Come on.
I love it. How was it, though? How was the trip in?
This is still our year.
That's right. It's still our year, God dang it. We got faith, baby. Hey, we
Rush
ain't going to win now or in February. It don't matter. Or April. It's April. My bad. April.
We them boys.
How was it? How was the trip over there? How's everyone doing?
Oh, man, it was great. The flight was about an hour and 15 minutes from Denver. So, I expect a lot of fans to be here. It's an easy flight. We got on the charter bus, head straight over to Arrowhead Stadium. It's pretty cool to go in Arrowhead Stadium, even though I know some Broncos fans would digress. But ACT word today, digress, by the way. But anyway, I was actually coming up the ramp, and I passed Coach Reed, and he was walking down to come see Coach Prime. So I introduced myself, and I took him down there to see him, and I told him, I said, man, listen, I'm not that fan guy type of guy, but my oldest daughter's fiance, he is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he
You probably should have done a better job of
so,
it.
I know, right? I mean, listen. Hey, at least he likes winners. That's all I can say. He likes me. You know what I mean? So,
That's true.
But anyway, so I told Coach Reed that I was going to be that guy today and asked for a picture, and he was very nice. I got to talk to him a little bit, take a picture. Of course, I sent it to Miles, and Miles had some choice words about that. But it's pretty cool because one of their starting offensive linemen, Wanye Morris, he was a starting offensive tackle for me when I was coaching at Grayson High School in Atlanta. So he and I got to talk a little bit about Wanye and what he's doing, and he's having a good year. It's his second year with the team out of Oklahoma, and I was just happy to be able to meet just a great fella, a great coach, great man. Coach Pat Shermer's coached with him, and he's obviously told us a lot about him. And then, Coach Prime, I was eating breakfast with him this morning, and he actually told me that Coach Reed actually checks in with him from time to time, just to see how he's doing and to just talk ball, just talk life with him, and that's a pretty cool thing too. So it was neat to go be in an NFL stadium, and look around. My 2 daughters text me, and they asked me to take a picture of the suite that Taylor Swift sits in. So I just took a picture of all the suites, and I said, y'all figure it out. I don't know which one she sits in, but hey, man, I was going down they were pretty excited. So
That's awesome.
Hey, whatever floats their boat, man.
Exactly.
The DNVR pregame show grows week to week, day to day. And I know Coach Michael Pollock is a regular staple on this show. But because we got new viewers every week, this is Coach Michael Pollock.
That is true.
Offensive analyst for the team,
That's
works
right.
with special teams, right-hand man of Coach Prime, was with Coach Prime at Jackson State,
That's right.
all the way back to Under Armour camps.
Under Armour camps, Under All-American game,
Yeah,
coached with him 2 times in a row,
He's with us so much, I forget. But it is.
It's a dump.
It is.
All right.
It truly is. Did you see the you can't even call them jumbotrons. The kitchen TVs they had in there?
In the stadium?
Yeah.
No.
It's be hard to catch a replay.
Well, it's going to be hard to see a lot of
They
things
do?
tomorrow, apparently.
They will, on one side, they definitely don't.
Oh, yeah, the circle one?
Yeah. That's the kitchen TV.
Do we bring Coach Pollock on?
Yeah, let's get Coach Pollock on here.
He's here.
All right, Scotty will be back in just a minute.
He's here.
Coach Pollock.
Maybe the next bus we get will have capability for 5 on the pregame show.
We just need a board.
No, we need a lot of things.
Well, true.
Coach Mike P.
I
see
mean,
y'all.
My
see y'all.
dog, my
Yeah.
roommate.
That's right.
space.
Yes.
Hey, I see y'all stocked up on our sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know it.
Those are there for you whenever you want them.
All right,
Maybe
let's go.
tomorrow. Maybe you hop on with us tomorrow after the game. Ride home with us.
Absolutely, man. I'll
We'll
tell
tip
you
'em
what.
back the whole way home.
Listen, I thought it was, we came to, last year we went to TCU and played, and when we were leaving the game after the game, we, like, all the TCU fans and Buff fans were giving us Coors banquets and Coors Lights and all kind of stuff before we got on the bus. I was like, man, this is what big time college football is all about.
Let's
There you go.
And we haven't had that since then, so I need us to get that tradition back up.
Well, you just came from Arrowhead, which is a place that some
Yeah.
people think is cool.
I'm more of an AT&T Stadium guy
There we
myself,
go.
but we won't talk about
Yeah,
that,
that's
baby.
what we're trying to coach.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something right now. You know how many times when you call Jerry Jones, you know how many times it has to ring before he answers? 5, 1 for each Super Bowl ring, baby. Let's go. Come on.
I love it. I love it. How was it though? How was the trip
And
in?
this is still our year.
That's right. It's still our year, God dang it. We got faith, baby. Hey,
Rush
we're
taking
going to
it.
win now or in February. It don't matter. Or April. It's April. My bad. April.
We them boys.
How was it? How was the trip over there? How's everyone
Oh
doing?
man, it was great. The flight was about an hour and 15 minutes from Denver, so I expect a lot of fans to be here. It's an easy flight. We got on the charter bus, headed straight over to Arrowhead Stadium. It was pretty cool to go in Arrowhead Stadium, even though I know some Broncos fans would digress. But ACT word today, digress, by the way. But anyway, I was actually coming up the ramp, and I passed Coach Reed, and he was walking down to come see Coach Prime. So I introduced myself, and I took him down there to see him, and I told him, I said, man, listen, I'm not that fan guy type of guy, but my oldest daughter's fiance, he is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he
You probably should have done a better job of
so,
it.
I know, right? I mean, listen. Hey, at least he likes winners. That's all I can say. He likes me. You know what I mean? So,
That's true.
But anyway, so I told Coach Reed that I was going to be that guy today and ask for a picture, and he was very nice. I got to talk to him a little bit, take a picture. Of course, I sent it to Miles, and Miles had some choice words about that. But it's pretty cool because one of their starting offensive linemen, Wanye Morris, he was a starting offensive tackle for me when I was coaching at Grayson High School in Atlanta. So he and I got to talk a little bit about Wanye and what he's doing, and he's having a good year. It's his second year with the team out of Oklahoma, and I was just happy to be able to meet just a great fellow, a great coach, great man. Coach Pat Shermer's coached with him, and he's obviously told us a lot about him. And then, Coach Prime, I was eating breakfast with him this morning, and he actually told me that Coach Reed actually checks in with him from time to time, just to see how he's doing and to just talk ball, just talk life with him, and that's a pretty cool thing too. So it was neat to go be in an NFL stadium, and look around. My 2 daughters text me, and they asked me to take a picture of the suite that Taylor Swift sits in. So I just took a picture of all the suites, and I said, y'all figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know which one she sits in, but hey, man, I was going down they were pretty excited. So
That's awesome.
hey, whatever floats their boat, man.
Exactly.
The DNVR pregame show grows week to week, day to day. And I know Coach Michael Pollock is a regular staple on this show. But because we got new viewers every week, this is Coach Michael Pollock.
That is true.
Offensive analyst for the team.
That's
works
right.
with special teams. Right-hand man of Coach Prime. Was with Coach Prime at Jackson State,
That's right.
all the way back to
Yes.
Under Armour camps, and
Under Armour camps, Under All-America game,
Yeah,
coached with him 2 times in a row, you know.
He's with us so much. I forget there may be somebody out there watching. It's like, hey, who's that guy?
Hey, and if you want to know more about me, go to my YouTube page, Coach Pollock CU. Hit subscribe, hit like.
Let's
know,
go.
There you go.
We'll be okay with that too.
Yeah, there you go. Now that he's been properly introduced.
Coach, what was it like just watching the players? I mean, you have what, I don't know, 30, 40, however many guys are going to end up playing in the league
Right.
just as they go through the draft process and all that. What was it like seeing them just step into that NFL stadium and kind of take it in?
Oh man, I think they were. It was the same for them. It really was. They approached it just like any other time. I think it was. They enjoyed going to the stadium the night before the game and being able to kind of look around. And I think it's good because we're in a social media age right now. I mean, and everybody's got a cell phone and cameras and everything, and people do a lot better job of documenting their life. I wish when I was younger and had small kids that we had that same luxury, because it's nice to be able to just document things, events and stuff like you do, especially when you're kids. And so it gives us all a chance to take a couple pictures, look around, have it as a memory one day. When you're old and sitting on the front porch and drinking a Coors Light, you'll be able to look back on that with your kids or your grandkids and say, hey, I played there. That was a special, moment for me in my life. And so it's good to be able to do that. And I think it kind of gets everybody, looking around. But also there's business going on there too, because, you got guys like the quarterbacks, for example. You want to make sure that they know where all the clocks are. Where the 25-second clock is, or a 40-second clock right now, I'm sorry. And where the scoreboard clock, the time clock, and all that kind of stuff, and
the kickers go through their mechanics.
The kickers go through their mechanics, and they look at the goal, they see the goal post and how it looks for them. And also the receivers, especially since it's an NFL stadium, the numbers are more on where our logo is,
right.
Because they call them TV numbers. So they got it, but they've got little white lines marked where the college numbers are. So your receivers get to go out there and kind of see how that feels and look. So when they line up, they can line up on the right landmarks for themselves, and also looking at the hash marks in the middle, because there'll be NFL hash marks and college hash marks. So just understanding which hash marks are ours and stuff like that. So each coach takes his guys through a certain routine. The night before on the visit, so it's not just about taking pictures and having a good, enjoying the time. It's about, getting a feel for your surroundings, so that tomorrow when we get in there, we're not caught off guard with anything, and we already kind of get in our mind where everything is.
I joke, but I do have a lot of respect for Andy Reid, and one of the really cool things that I heard that he does on his staff is that they have a day each week, which is like, any member of the staff can come in and show a play,
right?
And give an idea.
Yeah.
Is that common? Is that something that you guys would do? Like, if you were sitting there and just had something pop into your head, like you could bring that to Coach Shermer and say, "Hey, maybe we could cook with this."
Oh, listen, Pat's great. I mean, he's great about that kind of stuff. Coach Prime, he wants us to as an offensive unit to kind of take that opportunity and use that. He's really, all of our coaches are able to do that. I think Coach Prime has a lot of trust in myself and Brett Bartolone to do those kind of things. He kind of during the off season, just wanted to make sure that we were involved with Pat in that stuff, and Pat's been great, but he's that way with everybody. It's not just me and Brett, any good idea is a good idea. Doesn't matter where it comes from. So we got a couple student assistants that come up with some good ideas, and he'll listen to them. And it's so there's a lot of ideas out there. There's a lot of ball that you can watch. We're as coaches, we tend to steal from other coaches. So if you got a guy out there that happens to watch an NFL game or another college game, say, "Hey, coach, I saw this play right here, man." It's it's a deal where that he'll listen to it. And part of my job is to look at what we've run and try to come up with things that we already do with another little twist to it. That's part of what I try to do. And like I say, Pat's really good about, sitting down with you. And if it's a good idea, he may not use it that week, but he will keep it. And it may get used down the line, and it's great to be working with a guy that is open to that. And, of course, like I say, Coach Prime, he wants that kind of stuff. And I think you got to have that, I do know this, that as far as having a specific day, I know that some schools, I got some buddies in the coaching field at other schools that they I'm bringing the curtain down here already. God dang, bringing the house down, man. Hey, it ain't time that. I don't want to hear 2001 Space Odyssey playing right quite yet now, so let's calm it down. But anyway, there's a lot of times coaches will have, especially during the off season, they'll have a day where anybody can bring an idea and talk ball. And because, we're recruiting and we're doing all that kind of stuff, but we're also analyzing other offenses, other situations. And so you want to give a chance to your guys to feel, like they're a part. And when you do that, I think it's great motivation. I think as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator, as a defense coordinator, when you're in a leadership role on a football team, I think the more you can make the other guys on your staff feel like they're contributing, they're a part of it, that's just going to motivate them to work harder, motivate them to do more. You know what I mean? So yeah, Pat does a great job with that. I think Rob does a great job on defense. He takes a lot in from his guys on that side of the ball, and so I think it's been very helpful for us offensively this year. We've got a lot of experience on our offensive staff. We've got like I say, Brett and I have been former coordinators for Coach Prime. Gary Harrell, Coach Flea's been a head coach. Jason Phillips has been a former coordinator for Coach Prime and a coordinator at other places and everything. So you've got Coach Phil Lodeholt. I mean he was doing a lot as the O-line guy at Oklahoma, so he brings a lot to it as well. And we just got a lot of guys that have a lot of experience, that have called plays, that have coordinated offenses, and I think Pat's done a great job of trying to combine all our ideas and kind of get it in the right direction. So it's been exciting, and I'm really pumped about how we've progressed throughout the year.
Coach, we start the week off. Coach Prime starts us off with a word,
right?
A single word, and then like a theme for the weekend. So that first meeting this week, the word was finish.
That's right.
And that resist the urge to let up until we finish. And what he means finish is when we don't have another game, we finish.
Right.
And we want to make sure we win our last game.
Right.
Talk to us about how that message has gone through the building for guys to just focus on Kansas and not think about Oklahoma State, not think about Big 12 Conference champ or beyond, but Kansas only.
Well, I think Coach Prime he's been around some really. I mean, he obviously is a very smart person himself. He's had a great career, not only as a player, as a coach, but he's also good about getting around other people and listening to what they have to say. And I think he's done a great job of formulating his philosophy around, hey man, focus on where your feet are. Keep the main thing the main thing. Nick Saban calls it the process. Keep it, but Coach Prime calls it, hey, keep the main thing the main thing. Yeah. That's the same thing. Focus on the process of getting better every day. Focus on the journey rather than the result. And if you, or the destination. If you focus on the journey rather than the destination, hey, this is the part of the journey we're on right now. We got to handle business with Kansas, okay? Because all that others don't matter. If we don't take care of business on Saturday, then everything changes. So this is the only game that matters right now, and then the next game will be the only game that matters. And that's the unfortunately with social media, and of course even before social media. I mean, people want to blame social media for everything. Listen. Football coaches have been struggling with keeping players focused on the game at hand instead of looking ahead since they started playing this game. Mm-hmm. Okay, this isn't some brand new thing we can just blame on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. That's just kids. That's 18 to 23-year-olds. They get ahead of themselves, and they always have. The only difference is now it's used to it was the guys they go to the barbershop and the guys at the barbershop would get them ahead. Well, now it's just all they got to look at their phone on Instagram. So, but they still getting the same message. So I think Coach does a great job, especially after a big win, of bringing you back down to earth real quick. You know,
Seems
and,
like it.
And he doesn't do it in a negative way. He just does it in a direct way, and in a way that our guys, it's not just players, coaches need to hear as well.
Yeah.
You know, we got to come off that cloud. You know, we got to get ourselves going too. And you know, I think we had a little help this week because when we wake up Sunday morning and you see BYU beat Kansas beat BYU. Excuse me. You know, you're like, okay, they've beaten Iowa State and they beat BYU back to back. So,
Right.
hey, boys, we got our work cut out for us. We're going to their place. This is a home game, like a home game for them. I mean, I know it's 45 minutes from Lawrence, Kansas, or whatever. And we're not even in the same state. Don't get me started on that. But anyway, you know, I feel, you know, anyway. But you know, we just we got to woke up Sunday morning. We got locked in and focused, and I think we've had a great week of practice, and I think we're just, you know, we're clicking right now. And if we play clean tomorrow, that's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
You know, if we play clean, I like our chances.
Coach, there was an announcement yesterday.
Yeah.
How excited are you for the future of this program?
Well, you know what, I'm very excited about the future of this program. You know, I mean, I think that you know, when you come off the field and you hear what the country's talking about, and you're in the conversation, it's a good conversation. You know, that's what I always tell people. If they're talking about me, it's a good conversation. So if they're talking about Colorado Buffaloes, it's a good conversation. Yeah. And yesterday they were definitely talking about us. I can't get into names and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I'm personally excited from the standpoint of just it's a special, you know, thing to me, and everybody knows me knows why. And I'll be able to comment on that another time. But you know, it's great to see the reaction of the country, you know, and I'm talking about the fan base. I'm talking about other football players. You know, just it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was something that we've known was coming, and but until you know, but like I say, the deal is just. It's a good time to be a Colorado Buff, you know, sir. And I tell you what, I don't think that I can you know, stress that enough. That, you know, Prime has made this a premier place to come play football. He's made it a premier place to come coach, and it's just a good time right now. And I'm gonna tell you what, it's been a good week.
Amen.
I got a question from Scotty.
This Scotty?
Yeah, my guy.
Coach Pollock, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man.
I wanted to ask you about Mike, a young man who should be back in the lineup.
Yeah.
Just I guess kind of just the run game in general. How important do you think it's going to be to kind of continue to round out this running game as postseason play approaches, and how, you know, do you think Mike can factor in help in that regard?
Well, I think Michael Welch definitely helps us in our run game. I think he's a great running back. He's definitely been a piece that we've missed. He's very special to me. He's from my home state. Best high school football in the country. I'll say that to anybody, even these Texas people out here that think, and Florida people that think it is there. But hey, you know, that guy, he's a player, you know, and I think he just gives us another dynamic to our run game to go along with you know, Zay and Dallin that people have to worry about. And I think he's a different type of runner than those two guys. And, you know, when you're a defense and you're playing three different style running backs, I think that puts a lot of pressure on them. You know, there again, Coach Prime, Micah probably could have come back a week or two ago, maybe. I know last week he wanted to come back, but Coach Prime held him out because he's more interested in him, you know, being 100%, making sure that he's not going to retweak, you know, his hamstring. And he wants him to be at his best, you know. And he does that with our players. He doesn't put players out there that are, you know, in harm's way, that can't perform at the top of their game, you know. So he's kind of been slow about bringing Michael back, but I think he's back now 100%. And I'm gonna tell you what, the kid is ready. You know, I can see it in his eyes, see it in his practice habits. I can see it in his mentality. I mean, heck, he's at breakfast this morning. He sits down with me at breakfast, and I mean, he's eating those eggs. I'm like, God dang, if he runs the ball tomorrow like he's eating them eggs, man, they in trouble. I mean, and he was just focused. You know what I mean? I mean, he was just locked in. He was eating his breakfast, and he wasn't minding. He wasn't bothering anybody. He was locked in. He's ready to go. You know, so I think he's gonna have a big day tomorrow.
No, I feel like he's always like that, very much laser focused.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? If you knew his background and what he's been through, coming up as a young man, in South Georgia, South Central Georgia, from Milledgeville, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot more than I have, I can tell you. And he's a great young man. He's got some great people back home that are a part of his family that take care of him and are kind of his support group. And I think that he is just he was the perfect running back for us to sign. He was the perfect guy we needed. We needed him, and he needed us. And we couldn't be happier with the choice we made and the choice he made to come out here and be a part of the Buffs. And it's just great to have him on our team. And he's definitely one of my favorites for several reasons. And I'm looking forward to see what he can do tomorrow because I know he's been chomping at the bit. I mean, he had a great game against UCF, and he's really kind of been quiet since then because of his injury. So he's ready. He's ready, and he's going to be. I think he's going to be hitting on all cylinders tomorrow.
Let's go.
All right, Coach. We know you got meetings to go to, and then I also heard it's ladies' night at the Holiday Boutique at the convention center. I don't know what that means, but that's what some people told me.
I don't even know where the Holiday Boutique is, man. Hey, listen, seriously. There's a lot of things going on there. I'm focused on Kansas. I'm focused on what we got to be focused on because I'm gonna tell you right now, we got to win this football game tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And we got some important meetings tonight. We got some things that we got to lock in on. We got to keep these boys locked in. There's a lot of Buff fans over there. There's some kind of I did see on the other side there is a little sale going, Christmas thing or whatever going
what
on.
I'm talking about.
That you can see through the window. There's all kind of people coming and going. They got us locked down on our side, and we're gonna be keeping an eye on our boys, trying to keep them hemmed up. So let's keep them focused on what they got to do, and we got to take care of business, man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to wake up Sunday morning with a win.
Yes,
you
sir,
know what
sir.
I mean? Because like the guy said on radio, ain't nothing like. I know he said it. I'm gonna say it a little bit different, but ain't nothing like looking for a win on Saturday night and Sunday morning when you find one. So hey, we looking to Sunday morning to be ready to lock in because me and our boy at Oklahoma State got a date with Destiny.
Hair bowl.
The hair bowl, baby.
I love it.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, man.
As always, man. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, let's take our first break. Scotty's going to get back on the mic.
Perfect timing for our first break.
And shout out to our friends over at